Good morning, folks. So down at Hayling Island this morning, very cold, grey, gloomy day. Decided to go for a walk along the Hayling Billy Trail. Unfortunately, the top half of the trail between here and the bridge over to the island's been closed until February to do some work on the footpath, so I've had to park at the next car park down, but that's not a problem. So we're just going to take a short stroll down the Hayling Billy Trail, which is what remains of the line that used to run down to Hayling Island. The steam train used to cross the water on a wooden bridge, but it got taken out of use and the bridge has now collapsed. So what we've got left with is a cycle and walking trail, which is very nice. So we'll take a walk and see what we find. See you soon. Part of my reason for wanting to come down here today was a challenge set by the Grey Arrows Drain Club. Every fortnight they set a challenge for a photograph to be taken by drone. This fortnight was for railway architecture, so I thought, so what railway architecture could I take? And I thought, well, what's left of the bridge on the Hayling Billy line that runs across from the mainland across to Hayling Island might be a suitable subject. So we got some photographs of that, so we'll enter that into the competition. I thought, well, if I'm coming down here, this is a 3.5 mile walk each way from the car park where you just cross the island down to the end of the trail. So good place to go for a walk. So here we are. There's some interesting military artifacts along the way we can have a look at, and of course plenty of bird life along the edge of Langstone Harbour. So I brought the camera, and like I say, it's very cold and grey, so whether we'll get any pictures worth having remains to be seen. Got a display board here, gives a bit of background. Does say it's mainly a summer venue for bird life, most of the wading birds being away breeding at this time of the year. It does say both common and little terns can be seen fishing, so we'll see what we can find. In case anyone wondered why I don't bring my wife more in on these trips in the camper van, if you visited my website you may realise that she suffered from IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, since before we met, so almost approaching 40 years. Unfortunately, when COVID came, it took a turn for the worse. Although she wasn't really affected by COVID, I had the virus. The IBS got very much worse and turned into a widespread chronic pain syndrome, very similar to fibromyalgia. In fact, I think they probably are one and the same thing. But she's not managed to find any successful treatment so far in dealing with that. So although we were getting out the camper van last year, it's got even worse this year. So unfortunately, she's finding it too uncomfortable even to get out in the van at the moment. So we have some options, hoping we might get some respite and get out next year, but we'll have to wait and see. So meanwhile, I grab the opportunity of getting out on my bike or getting some exercise twice a week and hence also the opportunity to capture some of these videos. Very cold today. No sign of this grey cloud lifting. Langstone Harbour looks gorgeous in the sunshine, but on a day like today with the tide out and this grey lead sky, not very pleasant at all. But having said that, I think I'd rather be wandering down here than on a treadmill in the gym, which is the alternative option. So here we have one of the many pillboxes that were built on the island during World War II. I'll just read the information board here. It says World War II connections. Pillbox. The weak nature of the road bridge meant that Hayling Billy line, as in the railway line, played an important role during World War II, transporting troops, supplies and equipment onto the island. Being so close to the naval port of Portsmouth, many of the island's holiday camps and hotels were used to house troops, with Warner's Northerny Camp becoming HMS Northerny and the Royal Hotel becoming HMS Dragonfly. In 1944, caisson sections of the Mulberry Harbour were built on the island. Pillboxes were also constructed to form a line of defence if troops were to invade the island. It was hoped this defence could hold off an invasion long enough for reinforcements to arrive. Around a dozen pillboxes can still be seen on the island, many of which were clad in pebbles to help camouflage them. So that Mulberry Harbour down there can still be seen off the end of Hayling Island near the Warner Resort, between there and Eastney and Portsmouth. I'll try and get a close-up photo of that with a drone at some point. I've got some distant shots but nothing close. So let's go and see if we can see anything inside this pillbox. I don't know if you can get inside it. I can certainly pop the camera in. You can get inside, but not from this angle. There's a fence here, prevents me going in, but it looks pretty muddy and grotty in there. I have a feeling that entrance has been opened out as well. Alright, so we'll carry on with the walk. Lovely spot here on a sunny day. Not so good today though. Look at that low grey cloud out there. Not the most scenic of views. Portsdown Technology Park is sitting on Portsdown Hill over there, but I can't barely make out the outline of it. I can just about see it peering through the mist. So we're getting towards the Hayling end of the trail now, bottom end by the coast. I'm not sure I've ever seen the tide this far out in Langstone Harbour. It's pretty much all mud. Just a sliver of water right in the middle. Certainly gives it a different perspective. Just to give you a bit more detail on the Hayling Billy line while we're walking along here. Originally ran from Havant down to the coast, closed in 1963, having been opened for 100 years. Trains, steam trains, crossed on a wooden trestle bridge over the water. I think the trestle bridge became too expensive to maintain, and that was probably a significant contributor to its downfall. Hiya. Heading back to the van now. Weather's not improving. If anything, it's getting worse. It was reasonably dry when I set out, but it's starting to drizzle now. Having said that, it's been a pleasant enough walk. It's not too muddy. Certainly an improvement on Pagham last Wednesday. Although that would have been okay if I hadn't diverted off the main path. Yeah, no, all in all, quite a pleasant winter's walk. One horse, as you can see by evidence it's left behind there. Several cyclists and quite a few pedestrians, mainly with dogs, but not exclusively. Interesting little pond there. I'm sure that's alive with wildlife during summer. Birds of all sorts. Very quiet today though. Right, so we're almost back at the car park now. So I hope you enjoyed today's little excursion. A bit shorter than perhaps some of them, but giving you a taste of what the Hayling Billy Trail and Hayling Island is like. Probably not one of the best days in the winter, It would have been better had it been bright and sunny, but hey ho. It is what it is, as they say. So I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to catching you on the next video. Thank you for watching.